And what do we have on this slide? Well, first of all, we have Messi looking down on us saying, ha, 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 ha. So remember that ha, 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 because we will need it to pronounce one of the letters that have been represented on this page. So again, we have 10 vowels on the previous slide. We have 12 consonants and 2 signs. Those are 22 plus 2, 24. And now we have here 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Our equation is solved, 33 letters, and that's how I call this slide, leftovers, consonants plus some. Weirdly named, right? Because what else could it be? There is a sound, vowels, and there are consonants. I mean, what else could the language have? Well, that's true to some extent, but there is one letter in Russian language that is semi-consonant. Interesting, semi-consonant. And this starts our list. You also saw it in our words, and now you can see it's in the alphabet. And it's quite a mouthful to pronounce because technically it does resemble the vowel E, the smiling one. But this little thing on top makes all the difference in the life of this letter. It makes it short, so it says И brief, И краткое, И краткое. So in reality, it's pronounced like Y, Y, Y. So when we are saying мой, at the end of the letter мой, this is И краткое. That's how it sounds. M-O-I brief, мой, Y. Y. That's how you pronounce it. I put an E so you would know that Y comes with this letter. The other one is L. Then we have M. Then we have N. And the most confusion comes with this letter because it's written like H in most cases, especially capital one, but you pronounce it as N. This one is tricky one, is R. It's the most difficult sound to pronounce for English speakers. It's okay for Spanish speakers and Italian, I believe, as well. So let's practice it one more time. R. So this is the word for the end of your tongue when it actually doesn't touch neither upper mouth or lower mouth. You just allow all the streams of your air exit your mouth and let that tongue, the end of the tongue, the tip of the tongue vibrate. It's a real vibration. It's like Harley Davidson when it starts. Now, remember I told you to hold that thought, ha, letter ha. It's much harder to pronounce that in the word hard or her. So it's much harder. So it's ha, ha. That's what Messi is saying, looking at us and saying ha, ha, letter ha. This one is ch, che. This one is very interesting, is the tailed letter. You see, we have in Russian language, we have 2 tailed letters. One is ц, letter C, 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 C. And the other one is sha, 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 sha. So these are our leftovers. They're mostly consonants, but that plus some, this is semi-consonant и краткое. Now let's go to the practice slide. And the practice slide is the word. The word, we already had it in the rubric of Messi's word of the day. It was the word arbuz. So letter A, A, A. See how Messi opened his mouth very wide? And he's saying, say ah, everybody say ah with me. And I'm going to say arbuz, arbuz, arbuz. And here is the other phrase, мой арбуз, мой арбуз. Russian language in terms of reading is very easy because every letter in the word that it's written has to be pronounced. So we see here A and we pronounce it. We see here R and we pronounce it. We see here B and we pronounce it. We see here U and we pronounce it. And we have here Z and we pronounce it, but only at the end of the word. Z becomes voiceless S. That's why they appeared together. They just replace each other, but you have to write Z. So Russian has everything to confuse the learner and then to fail the learner in the spelling test. So it's quite tricky. So here, arbuz, arbuz. I'm not saying arbuz. I'm not saying that, arbuz. However, in plural, it's going to be arbuzy. And then you hear Z clearly, arbuzy. But at the end, it becomes voiceless. Arbuz, arbuz. Let's say it again. Arbuz, arbuz. Мой арбуз, мой арбуз. This is our semi-consonant. Мой, мой, мой. See, I didn't give you any spellings, any phonetical pronunciation of the word because we are reading Russian today. And this slide is our beginning. This is our beginning. I congratulate you on that. So, welcome to the Russian alphabet. I hope you had fun during our lesson. You've been to the channel Russian with Puma Messi. I do appreciate your subscriptions. I do appreciate your likes. And please share this video with your friends. Tell everybody who wants to learn Russian, who loves Messi, Gerda, Sasha, and Masha to join our channel.